Hello there. Welcome to Minecraft. Um, so this series is different than the other one. As you can see, I'm starting off fresh. This is going to be interesting to say the least. There we go. Because I don't know what kind of response it'll get, if any, because there's not really anyone watching my channel right now. I'm going to call it Minecraft Ministry Mondays. Yeah, that's right. I feel like talking about things and stuff, specifically Christian-y related things. This is just going to be a initial episode, just in case people actually pick this up. So in this whole thing, I'm going to be creating a city or a small town of some sort in this plains biome, and along with that, I'll be trying to sort of not really roleplay, but kind of roleplay like starting a city from scratch. What would you do if you landed in the new world and all you saw was what's around you, and you're the only person. So I'm going to kind of do it with, kind of try and build it, and along with it, it's going to be Minecraft miniature. So I'm going to be essentially, I should say that I'm not ordained, nor do I have a, in any way, taken one religion class in college. So my viewpoints, which aren't even necessarily going to be expressed in this playthrough of things, don't matter too much. They're not end-all be-all. You know, I do not claim to be the man who speaks from God and is going to tell you all how to save your lives because you're living sinfully and all that. I'm not going to say pretty much any of that. I just want to talk about things. That's all. I just want to talk because some things make me want to talk about them. Sometimes you'll hear me be critical of things. Sometimes I just want to bring things up and get people to think about those things. There is a cave nearby. That is the loudest cave I've ever heard. But anyway, sorry about that. But so I'm just gonna talk about things sometimes, because some things I don't think are talked about enough. I think they are overly avoided. I'm not going to say anything in this time, because I'm also going to open this up to, if you happen to watch this, and you think, oh, this sounds interesting, I might want to contribute to this in some way, or, hey, I have a specific topic I want to hear about. I'll try to keep away from saying, oh, this is what I believe and you should believe it too. In fact, I kind of want to talk about all sides of things, just to give people an idea, because no one side is 100% correct pretty much ever. Now, occasionally, you might have a viewpoint that everybody agrees with, and that's fine and dandy. One Christian viewpoint, I'll say that, people will argue with for different reasons, but in general, no one's going to overly refute it, at least no Christian should overly refute it, and then you get into certain topics that I could get into at some point. You see, even while I'm talking about something that I'm like, in my viewpoint, this seems like something that just doesn't change, and it's like always true, period, and then like, I'm like, and I think most people think this way, and then I'm thinking in my head, except for the people who don't think this way. Yeah. I was gonna say, Jesus loves everybody, and then you have people who would say, well, not these people. Jesus doesn't love these people. These people are sinners. And I would be like, yeah, but you're a sinner too, so does Jesus not love you? And they'd be like, no, Jesus loves me. And I'll be like, why? Because I'm a Christian. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not the requirement. Anyway. So I'm going to be trying to not step on anyone's toes, but at the same time kind of try and express not necessarily my opinion, but two sides of the same coin, essentially. And I'm going to try and avoid saying, hey, you should believe this or you should believe that. Not because I think I'm wrong or because I don't have an opinion. It's because I don't think you should base your opinion on what one random dude says on the internet. And like I said, I want to spread information. Or I should say that what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to spread information and at the same time not alienate one group of people or anything like that. Although some of the stuff I say on here probably will be controversial, which is also, it's a 1 week thing. It also, if people do suggest topics ever, I want to give them enough time to for me to search the topic thoroughly, to make sure that I can give the topic its due justice, and not be biased, and not leave out any one particular essence that might be very important for the topic. So this is going to be probably slightly complicated, exactly how I do things, and but another focus of this might, so I called it Minecraft Ministry Mondays, I think. It's also going to be a building project, so we might have two series going on in one Minecraft world. So that'll be interesting. So what's the first thing you need to do when you find yourself, stranded trying to start a new civilization? You need to supply food and water. Now in Minecraft, water doesn't really matter. So we're going to be next to this stream. Now you generally want a moving source of water, and this seems like a stagnant lake that might drain off somewhere, maybe, but we're going to ignore that for now. And one thing I might do at some point is send the water that way and maybe that way, and pretend like this is a inlet of a stream. So first of all, we're going to get our food growing by the river. So what we've done is we've harvested wheat seeds from grass. Again, Minecraft. Gotta suspend your belief or your realism for a second. We're gonna get some of that going. We will slowly get up. One thing I will say is I'm going to try and be in the role-playing thing. I'm going to be living on wheat for a while because to get cows or pigs or chickens, you need a barn before you can do that kind of stuff. Okay, does anyone else see that? Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right. So that wasn't just me. You all saw it too, right? Good. When I say you all, I mean possibly one person. Sorry. But yeah, so we're gonna see where this takes me, I guess. Y'all aren't really doing this, I guess. But if you're here on the ride, then thank you. Thank you for joining me. You're probably either one of the first people to ever view this, or maybe it's so far down the line that I'm extremely famous and whatnot. That is a not big possibility, because I don't think I'm ever really going to get big. I've spent so much time on this. I didn't do any of the other things you normally need to do for your first night in Minecraft. So I'm going to do what I do whenever I forget to do these kind of things. Pop. This is so I can see out. Anyway. But yeah, so that's my general concept for what I'm going to be doing. So I might do some random building dash resource collecting episodes where I just talk about other random things, because I don't want to limit myself to I can only talk about this and I can only upload on this day. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna try and take on topics, and if a viewing base gets created, that if people really start watching this or something, and people start giving me suggestions of, hey, I want to hear your viewpoints or the general viewpoints of this topic or that topic, I'll start doing those topics. Otherwise, I'll talk about topics that I want to talk about, probably starting off with slightly less controversial things. That's what I'll say. Not because they're not good. Nothing's unanimous. Nothing. Not in church. Not in politics. You're not gonna find unanimity. You're never going to be 100% unanimous in any situation. There's always going to be somebody, even if that somebody's just doing it for the fun of it, or to annoy people, I should say. There's going to be someone who disagrees. And that's fine. Or somebody who holds an opposing viewpoint, which is always fine. People can think different things. It's kind of the basis of America in and of itself, which I guess you couldn't tell by my accent. I'm in America, specifically the US of A, the United States of America, because I understand that just saying America, some people, when you say I'm in America, means I'm in either North or South America somewhere. Of course, everybody in the United States of America would say that America means the USA. Yeah, that's a political topic. That's for like a Thursday or something. So yeah, I might also throw in a little bit of politics here and there, because that's also a hot topic right now. But again, there's a cave nearby. But again, it'll be one of those things where I'm not going to try and force my opinion. In fact, I might not even give an opinion in said discussion. There's a large chance that I'll just talk about things. Say, this is kind of sort of, or say that this is what one side of the story argues and this is what the other side of the story argues. And I'll try and call out logical fallacies. So I'll try and give you everything, and then I'll probably kind of attack both sides of the story. For instance, there are some people out there would say something to the... Okay, I'm not going to give an example of what people would say, because then that might do things, but there are different logical arguments, or I should say, there are different arguments that people use all the time that are illogical. One of those things is called the slippery slope argument. It's saying, oh, we can't allow this because allowing this will mean that we will one day allow this. And today we know that this thing, everybody agrees that this thing, but if thing number 2 is bad, and everybody knows that, well, first of all, if everybody's against thing number 2, then it doesn't matter about thing number 1 getting passed. Thing number 2 is not going to happen. So, like, some people would say, oh, if we let gays get married, then we're going to have to allow polygamy, and if it's polygamy, then we're going to allow bestiality, and if this and that, and eventually we're going to be letting people marry forks. Is an argument that some people, luckily it's not used a lot anymore, but that some people used against gay marriage, and it would work because that argument appeals to people's sense of morality. Oh, we have to stop the gays from getting married because we can't let people marry forks, not because people were necessarily against gay people getting married, just they were against all the things that would come up because gays got married. Which sometimes it can be used well, and sometimes people use that technique stupidly, or they come to false conclusions. That's the thing, that slippery slope most of the time comes to a false conclusion based on no evidence. That, and I mean, can't really get away from that. Sometimes the slippery slope has its place in life. Most of the time it doesn't. That's just how things are. But so sometimes I'll say an argument and then I'll immediately be like, but this argument makes no sense. And this is why. I'll also try and explain. Whenever I attack an argument, I'll try to explain the attack against it. And most of the time, I'll probably attack an argument using an argument from, from the other side. So, if side A is, hey, we want this thing because it does this, and they're using what are they called? A logical fallacy? I'll have to look that up because I forget what they're called, but I'll look up a big list. And that's another thing with the series, is I'll be trying to, whenever I come with a topic, I'll be trying to look up as much resources as I can to back up my statements. My first real topical, I'm probably going to call this episode 0 because it's just an explanation of what I'm going to do, but my first topic is going to be separating your opinions. Is probably not what I'm going to actually call it. I'm going to think of something better. But so I'll give you like the intro to it right now. Is it's becoming daytime? Yay! Is that it's going to be about saying. Oh god, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Oh, you missed. Missed. That's right, take fire damage. Forget about me. Go under that tree. Darn it. Shuck it! I didn't. Yes, I win. I am victorious. Anyway, so it's taking your mindset and saying, hey, I understand that in a religious sense I believe this thing, but I also understand that my government does not run that way. My government does not say, oh, well, that's your religious view. That should be what we think politically. So one thing I'll say right now is that I have a lot of opinions religiously that I do not necessarily share 100% politically. And sometimes there are things that I have a very strong opinion about politically, or that I have a strong opinion about religiously or politically, that I don't really care about in the other sense, or I don't feel like I need to have a strong opinion in the other sense. And I'll explain what I mean by all that, because some people will take political things and say, oh, or religious beliefs and say, because this is what I believe religiously, it's what I believe politically, regardless of any actual things to do with it, which can, not will, but can lead to, I personally believe can lead to, okay, wait, let's test this out. Bottom, top, bottom. Alright. I'm playing in 1.8.8. The latest official release. I'm not playing in snapshots. I might start doing snapshots at some point. Probably not, though. Yeah. Anyway. Horsies. Sheeps. Oh. Alright. I'm gonna leave these sheep. Those 3 will be the start of my sheep population. But I'm going to have to scavenge for food now. But yeah, so my first topic is separating your opinions. Or maybe doubly opinionated, or something to that effect, in which I'll just be talking about, this is what I need. I need a bed, which I'll pretty much just be talking about. That's what they need in Minecraft. They need colored beds. But people have been asking that for years, and it's never come. So I wouldn't get too hopeful. But yeah, so that's what my first topic will be next week. This is just the intro to said discussion topics. If you're wondering why I did that, it's because efficiency. So, yeah. So, this is probably a pretty long introduction video, so I'm going to cut it here. And I might make another video for like Wednesday or Thursday or something to come out. And it'll just be a probably a mining episode to get geared up and stuff. But yeah, so that's the introduction to Triple M, Minecraft Ministry Monday. Thank you for listening.